Hey there everybody, welcome to Shady Entertainment, and me, Billy. So here's what we're doing today, guys. Today, Billy and I, we were all set to do a Captain Marvel trailer reaction. That's right. But then we realized that that we had no reaction to it. Yeah. We couldn't react. I was literally sitting there watching the trailer going like this. This was my reaction. You wanna know what my reaction was? This. What am I watching here? Yeah, that was my reaction the whole time. I might have made this face. I might have done this like a few times, but that's about it. Then once after the trailer was over, Billy went off on a rant. Well, yeah, I keep wanting a reaction here. I keep wanting to see something from these trailers. I keep saying, okay, now they're gonna show me something good. All right, they've teased us, they've warmed us up. Now they're gonna show us a couple of action sequences to get excited for something, right? No. Nothing. Zip. Zilch. The same things and the same lines and just more agenda-fueled things, and that's it. I was more jazzed up about her punching the old lady in the first trailer. At least that was something. And we're not advocating punching old ladies, just so you know. Why would you even say that? Of course not. Unless you're another old lady and it's like a boxing match, then maybe that might be some entertainment value in that. No. What? You wouldn't want to go watch Grandma MMA? Grandma MMA? Maybe. Elderly abuse is never funny, guys, okay? Just so you know. This is all jokes. Of course. Anyway, you're right. And I think I was jazzed up about the Blockbuster in the first one. Oh yeah, the Blockbuster got me on. Oh, look, Blockbuster. I remember that. That was cool. I remember Blockbuster. And then that was it. Which is sad, really. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, guys. Well, okay, so we're gonna get into this debate right now, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Well, of course. You always like to dance with the devil, right? In the pale moonlight? Why are you quoting the Joker? Why are you always playing devil's advocate? Why can't we just both rant at the same time? Because that's not interesting. We need to have opposing viewpoints for an interesting discussion. But I just want to rant. I just want to complain. I don't want to just sit here and debate. Sometimes I just want to come on this camera and go off. And I don't want to have to hear you tell the other side. We have to have balance, man. No, this isn't CNN. This is just a YouTube channel, and I see a lot of people ranting, and I don't see why you just can't do it. Because I can't. I like to be different, guys. Alright, he's exhausting, guys. I mean, I had to put up with it. Listen, I think it's far more interesting to have an opposing view. Or at least to have a view that's trying to be objective. Fine, you be objective. I'm gonna rant. Anyway, now, I'm gonna ask you some questions. Do you not think that this movie is important to girls? Of course I think it's important, but not as important as they think. Like, first of all, it's not groundbreaking, okay? Let's forget that narrative. Alright, I agree with you on that. Wonder Woman was the truly groundbreaking movie that pushed the boundaries for females in superhero movies. That's right. Before we get into Wonder Woman, I'm gonna say this. Okay, guys? For all those people who think that this movie should do well just because she's a female, okay? That's crap, and it's very arrogant to say. You know how long it took before even men were successful in comic book movies? He's right about that, guys. There's a long history of failed male superhero characters before we had a few successes. And Hollywood studios didn't want to support superhero movies in general. They knew that there was potential in it, but they could never figure out the right formula, and it just always failed. And he'd had a couple of successes sprinkled in, like some Batman movies. But look at DC. Look at how hard time DC is having. And they have some of the most iconic characters in the world. Yeah, so just to sit there and think that just because you're a woman, that then you're a superhero, doesn't mean we should all support it, because that's BS. And it's arrogant to say, because a lot of male heroes have failed. It took a lot of failures before you got the success, before you got the Batmans, and before you got the Iron Mans, and the X-Men that came out and broke the ground. That's right, so it was hit and miss. It's not about they didn't want superhero movies. Of course they wanted to make superhero movies, but because superhero movies, they knew if successful, came with toys, it came with marketing, it came with a lot of like merchandising, it came with a lot of money that could be made. Cha-ching! It was a cash cow for them, but they couldn't get it to work. So they just stopped doing it, just started losing money, and that's why it was hard. Exactly. And it wasn't because they don't want females to succeed, they didn't make female superhero movies, it's because they just didn't trust it. They just didn't trust that it would succeed. And that's why cue Wonder Woman now, and Wonder Woman is the one that broke the ground for that. Exactly. Because they'd already failed with Halle Berry when they tried to do the Catwoman movie. Yeah, that was bad. And we've seen females on screen with X-Men, and people always liked them, but they never had their own movie. Yeah, no. But Wonder Woman, a hero that's almost a half century old, and everybody knows her, and she's got such a huge following and a fandom, and they still were kind of like scared to put her there. They finally, they did. They gave her a chance. And here's the thing, it could have gone wrong. It could have gone bad, but it didn't. Patty Jenkins, she didn't just take off female superhero movies. She stuck the landing. That's the thing. Yeah, that's true. Like, it could have gone horribly wrong. There was a lot of feminist rhetoric behind the scenes, but on the screen and in the trailers, it was none of that. The trailers showed a lot of action sequences. Oh yeah, that sequence with her in the bell tower kicking ass, that was awesome. There was no stick it to guy moments. No, there was none of that. I mean, there was a couple of moments in the movie that were, sort of like a little bit of a jab here and there. Like I could think of maybe one, but that was okay. It wasn't horrible. Yeah, that was only one moment that was kind of like that, but the rest of the movie was fine. And the fact that it was Wonder Woman, who has the potential, because she's an overpowered character, she had the potential to be a Mary Sue, and Patty Jenkins even stuck that landing. Yeah, he even made her not a Mary Sue. I mean, she was powerful, but she was naive, and she had this thinking that all the evils in the world could have been dealt with just, defeating the evil baddie. And she had a very naive viewpoint of the world. That also made her endearing to us. She was funny, she had great chemistry, and they didn't knock him down either. They gave his glory moments, and they had a very good chemistry on camera, her and Chris Pine. Yeah, that was great. And it wasn't about anti-man, and it very well could have been. And here's the thing, the whole narrative of Wonder Woman was against mankind. And it could have been, was the world of man was more evil than she originally thought. But she never gave up on men, right? Now, we could have thought men, as in men, but that's not the way they framed it. We could have taken it that way, but they went to lengths to make us know that they meant mankind. Why? Because they put a very evil female character in it. So if it was just men, then it would be nothing but evil men characters, but they put a very evil female character in it. Plus her mom, who lied, wasn't very nice about that. And then she was even kind of mean to her, like not mean, but she was mean because she was trying to protect her, but you know what I mean? Not all the female characters were perfect. Exactly. So we knew it wasn't about an anti-male picture, it was a pro-human picture, and and it showed the bond between men and women, and then how we could both be empowered together. And that's the positive message, and that's why most people love Wonder Woman. Now cue this crap. Okay, give it a chance. No, I am not. I can't do it. See, this is where I'm going to play devil's advocate, because you haven't seen the movie, all you've seen there's some bad trailers. Okay, but the trailers are what puts me into that seat. And if that trailer can't put me into that seat, then I don't care. I'm not going to go waste my precious earned money. Look, I work hard for my money. I work hard for it, honey. I work hard for my money, and Disney ain't gonna see a cent. That's horrible. I thought it was funny. It is expensive to go see movies these days, and the trailer does mean a lot. Exactly. Now, here's the thing, guys. I'm going to offer up an olive branch here and say, yes, it's very important that for women, but not women in general, but for women in Hollywood, okay? Now, actresses. It's important for female actresses that this is successful. Okay? I'm gonna say that. Why do you say that? Why not women in general? Why not little girls? Because Wonder Woman already did that. And most girls don't care. Let's be honest here. Most girls don't really want to see female superheroes. Most girls, look, I talked to a lot of girls after watching Aquaman, and they were like, did you watch Aquaman? I was like, yeah, I thought it was okay. And then they were like, what are you talking about? It was so good. Jason Momoa with his chest and his manliness, and he was so hot. And they put his poster up, and oh my God, it was all girls loving Jason Momoa. It's true. Girls like the beefcake. And that's why guys have to work hard and build muscles so they can have scenes with shirts off and be objectified by little teenage girls. I guess that's true. Come on, they're always objectifying male superheroes. I wouldn't go that far. Okay, but you don't think it's important for little girls? No, because listen, girls have heroes, okay? There's a lot of cartoons, there's comics, they have heroes, and Wonder Woman proved that they could do it. Here's the thing with Hollywood right now. What are the prominent movies in the theater? I guess, yeah, superhero movies are very prominent. That's right. You don't see very many romantic comedies anymore. You don't see too many dramas anymore. What we mostly see are big blockbuster action movies and remakes and retro movies and that stuff. That's all you see now. Very few female actresses are going to be able to break in unless we force them in there somehow. Okay, so we're gonna make sure that we have enough representation of females so that Hollywood actresses, have a job, I guess. Yeah, it's important for girls to break into these movies, which is why this has to be good on its own merits, not propped up, with some feminist agenda cause. Because these movies, which are important, okay, because for females to have roles, this has to make money, right? Wonder Woman, success, stuck the landing, proved it could make money. This movie could undo everything Wonder Woman did. Think about that. How so? Because if this movie fails, and then the narrative becomes, men just don't support female heroes, and men are sexist, and all these sexist people don't want to watch it, they're going to do that. It's going to hurt it even further. This is going to sabotage everything they're trying to work for. Alright? Because this movie right now, look at all the other previous Marvel movies. What's the common theme behind it? Well, if I'm going back to all of them, they have a good actor, right? Yeah, one with charisma. Marvel has been very, very high on getting actors with charisma and personality. That's true. The character themselves, sometimes they're lacking, right? Like Captain America is not a very entertaining character. He's got a good story, but he's not entertaining. He's very dry. And so they always have to co-star him with somebody. That's why the first movie didn't do that good. Why? Because he's too perfect. So that's why Winter Soldier, a much better movie, and they had him co-star with Scarlett Johansson, who is awesome, by the way. And I'm pretty sure that right now Marvel is kicking themselves in the face that they didn't make her Captain Marvel back in the day. Because they saddled her, unfortunately, with a very mediocre superhero like the Black Widow. And I think if they knew how she was going to be back then, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't have made it Black Widow. They would have made it somebody cool. That's true. Scarlett Johansson was awesome, and she brought a lot of character and personality to her role. And I think she's one of those that propped up a very mediocre character in Black Widow. And unfortunately for her, that's why it took so long for her to get a movie. Is that nobody really cares about Black Widow as a character. No, she's great. People like her, but the character Black Widow isn't a very popular character. Nobody really cares, and she kind of got unfortunate on that. But she'll get her own movie. Hopefully they don't do this nonsense, and it does well in its own merits. Yeah. So back to this movie. So why do you say this movie's not going to be good? Just because of the trailer? Well, because again, what is Marvel trying to accomplish with their movies? A, it has to be entertaining, funny, and fun, and very charismatic. This Brie Larson has a face like this, and I don't care if she can say, should I smile all the time because I'm a woman? No, it's not about smiling. It's about having personality. It's about Tony Stark making quips. It's about Spider-Man making quips. It's about Ant-Man being funny, even if it's dry humor. It's still funny. It's about clumsy moments. It's about not being perfect. It's not about walking around with a face like this. I'm a hero. Why? Because I say so. That's not endearing to anyone. I'm going to punch old ladies. And then I'm a hero. And nobody could be better than... That's why you've got poor Samuel L. Jackson, who's got personality. And they've neutered him in this movie because he can't outshine Brie Larson. And since Brie Larson is all about the attitude and all about the agenda and not about making a good movie, I don't see nothing in this. Again, all we're going by is the trailer, right guys? So we don't know. She could be very well funny and fun and entertaining, but the trailer narrative is really what's making us think this way. Well, yeah, but there's been how many trailers? And they can't pull one good action sequence? They have one scene where she turns into Captain Marvel with a mohawk, and that is like, it's poorly rendered CGI from what I can tell. And I don't see nothing. There's no battle. There's no fight sequence. It's just the one in the bus was okay, and that was it. And she punched an old lady. There was oh my God. You know what I mean? It's true. There's nothing to really hold on to as far as action is concerned. And you're right. The personality is kind of lacking. There hasn't been no quips, no jokes, no like moment where at the end of a trailer where we laugh. Yeah, there's always a moment in Marvel movies where either Ant-Man or someone says something quippy or funny and it's hilarious, and even in the trailer it's a good joke, and it makes us want to like the character. This doesn't. There's nothing about this that does this, and that goes against what Marvel even wants to be in their movies. It's true. Marvel really does pride themselves in comedy, and actually Walt Disney themselves, even Lucasfilms, goes out of their way to make everything funny. Exactly. So why not here? Why not here? Why does she have to be sourpuss face, and then when someone calls her out on it, she's like, "Don't tell me to smile." It's not about smiling. It's about being charismatic, being fun. Every superhero movie is fun. Every superhero character is fun, except for Captain America, and as I explained, that's why they put Scarlett Johansson next to him in that first one, in the second one, because she's fun, and they work well together. You think they're gonna partner her up with somebody? You think they partner her up with, like, say, Tony Stark? No, because Tony Stark would outshine her. And then they take the thunder away from her, and oh my god, we can't have anybody outshine her. Brie Larson. And that's why this is gonna hurt female movies going forward. You see why this has to stop? For all those who want us to succeed for even feminist reasons, you have to think about the movie first. You could sprinkle in an agenda where whatever, but I wouldn't even suggest that at all. But I mean, even if you did, make the movie the primary function. But no, you guys, this movie already has a chip on its shoulder and it hasn't even come out yet. Could financially succeed though, right? Because the agenda sometimes works and it could put butts in the seats. And then if it's successful, then doesn't that prove that it can make money for Disney? No. Because even if it is successful, even if all the marketing gets everyone out to watch it because of the agenda, okay? Even if that works, in the long run, if the movie is not good, people are going to go there and say, well, the agenda was there. We served our purpose. We went to do our cause for the day, and we supported this. Now let's go on to our next cause. What are we going to do next? And then they're going to move on. And then they're going to forget about this because they really didn't care about this. They just wanted to use this as a cause. And then they're going to leave this high and dry. In the next movie, they're going to think, oh, look, the numbers were so good, let's try it again. And guess what? The next movie, because the cause is now done, it's going to fail. And they're going to like, wait, I thought it was going to be successful. The first one was, why didn't this work? It's going to throw everything off again. And now Marvel's going to hurt in the long run because now they've invested the future of Marvel, because future is female, right? Now they're going to invest in that. And it's a fake narrative because the movie has to have legs to stand on. It can't stand on agendas. Wonder Woman is going to succeed because Wonder Woman was good. This is not. This doesn't show me anything. It could very well be okay, but I mean, after all these trailers and they can't pull out one good action sequence out of their butt, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm trying to be objective here. I think we should give it a chance. No, you can give it a chance if you want. I'm not saying not to, but going to see movies is expensive. I'm not going to spend my hard-earned money when I see a trailer not good. I'm not doing that. Not because of a cause, because it's going to be fake. And you can't have it be fake because that's going to hurt in the long run. I understand what he's saying, guys. He's right. He's right. You know, I'm playing devil's advocate, but he is right. Because if once the cause is done and everybody's moved on to the next thing, all you're left is with a bad movie. And that can't hold water on its own. So even if this does make money in the first movie, and then Walt Disney gets it in their head that this is the way to go and they start investing into this, right? They're going to hurt Marvel because they're working off of a fake narrative. They're working off of something that's not real, was propped up by something that wasn't right. It'd be like a YouTuber buying YouTube views. You can go out there and buy all the views you want if you want, but if your video isn't good and people don't stick around to watch them, they're just there artificially, they're not sticking around. Exactly. So these people are not here, they're not going to go watch this because they care about superhero movies or they care about Brie Larson or they care about the character Captain Marvel. If they go watch it, it's going to be because of the narrative. And then when the narrative dries up, they're still left with a very mediocre to bad movie. And Marvel then going to invest in that direction because they're going to think that that was successful. When it wasn't. It was propped up by nonsense. I still think it's going to fail though. We all know that these people don't spend money. They're just there to create noise and complain, but they're not there to actually spend the money. Alright guys, so what do you guys think in the comments, right? I mean, I'm trying to be objective here. I'm trying to see the positive side in this. There is none. Hello? I'm talking to no one here. Alright, get out of my ear. Well, what do you guys think, guys? I agree with them. I do. Especially if you're looking for, if you are looking for this to help, you know, expand women in these movies or to show that female-led superhero movies can succeed in the long run. If you're just going on the agenda and you're not making a decent endearing movie or a decent endearing character, then yeah, you're just gonna hurt the cause. I could see what you're saying in the long run. Whereas Wonder Woman actually helped the cause. If it wasn't for Wonder Woman succeeding, there would be no Captain Marvel. Understand that one. It was Wonder Woman that paved the way for this, and this is gonna ruin it. I'm telling you. Well, we'll see what happens, right guys? Only time will tell, for sure. Alright guys, so like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Try to be objective, guys, because I know there's a lot of anger about this movie, and there's rightfully so, because guys, I think we've kind of had enough of this. agenda stuff in our movies. It's hurting the movie industry in general. What we really need is for Marvel or any of these people who want to see real female empowerment and women really take a strong leap forward as lead roles in action movies and things like that, then we have to put great, good, actual female actresses in these roles and make a good movie. The movie and the plot come first. Agenda comes way in the back. And make it subtle. Don't look in your face with it. Like every 5 minutes, men suck. Oh, pig jockey. Oh, mansplaining. Oh, okay, enough. Oh God, I lost myself there. Take it easy. Alright guys, so like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you guys jazzed up for this movie? Aren't you? If you're not, tell me why. Yo, listen, even if you are like one of those people who really want to see this movie succeed, let me know. Like, if this doesn't succeed, do you not think that this can hurt females in the long run? Because you can't force things to happen. Things have to actually prove themselves. What makes you endearing as an underdog is that you have to prove yourself. Like, show, not tell. Even me, when I was a kid, I was short. And they used to think, oh, this is not good at sports, and then they would pick me last. But I proved them wrong every time, and I took it as a challenge. Pick me last, that'll be the last time you pick me last. You're short, what about me? Look at, oh my God, I didn't even have legs. I was on the bench. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and like, and ring the notification bell, because if you don't, then these videos are gonna get buried underneath a whole bunch of other videos. Thanks very much for watching, and I guess we'll do yours this time. Alright guys. Hey.